Hello everyone, welcome back to the next video of creating REST APIs with NestJS. Now in this video we will be looking into authentication and authorization with the help of decorator, interceptor as well as guards. So first I'll show you guys a demo. So as you know that we had created this sign in and sign up API, okay, but we don't want to protect this sign in and sign up API because any user can use this API. Now if you remember, I had one like this who am I API as well. So in case if you forgot, I'll just show you that as well. So I have this who am I API and it takes an header. From that header it extracts the token, and with the help of the token it decides what the user is, right? So if I try to run it something like this, here you can see I get the ID as well as the email. Now I have created another API called who am I 2, and what it does is that it takes a current user. Now where this current user is, I will get back to that in a bit. But suppose if I don't pass the authorization and try to access this API, it still works, but it doesn't do anything, okay, because it requires the user. And if I pass the token, I'm able to get this user, okay. Now this API who am I and who am I 2 are really similar, but if you follow this who am I logic, you will have to write this bit of duplicate code everywhere. But this current user, it wraps with the help of decorator, interceptor, all this external logic somewhere inside the interceptor and decorator, so we don't have to write it for all the APIs. So that's one difference. Now there is another API which I have created, who am I 3, and it uses this use guards, auth guards as well, right? So if I try to use this and it also takes a current user, and it takes this current created user D2 as well. Like this is just for simplicity sake I have created. We are not really using this, we are not creating a new user. And here I am just it is a post call because I am passing this body as well. So if I try to access it, so this is the created user D2, it takes email and password, right? If I try to remove this authorization and click on send, here you can see I am getting a forbidden resource. Now there might be a lot of APIs in your app which needs a token. So for this you can use this auth guard as well, auth guard which we are using. You can use something like this current user as well, but then you will have to write an if check, okay, if the user is a valid user or not. If I'm getting some valid email ID or ID, whatever is encoded inside your token, then you can proceed with the next thing, right? This is also helpful for some use cases, but for most use cases you will use something like this. All right, so here if I pass the authorization like the current correct token, then you can see I'm just printing out the email. So if you see over here, I'm just returning the body because if you see I am passing the email as well as the password, but we are only getting the email because we are not showing the password to the user in response, right? That's why you are not seeing the password. So yeah, we'll see how to use this in later videos. I will show you how to instead of wrapping this use guard annotation for each and every method, you can wrap it around the whole class itself. But for user controller we don't need to wrap it around the whole class because we want the sign up and sign in for all the user, irrespective of like they won't have the token, right, if they are signing in or the signing up for the very first time. So yeah, that's why it is not wrapped for the whole class. So first what you will have to do is you will have to create current user interceptor.ts. so create a folder called interceptors in users, and here you can see that it is an @ marked with @ injectable implements nest interceptor, and it takes two class, user service and auth service. And here I have overridden this intercept method. So first we are switching to HTTP, so const request, we are getting the request. From the request we get the headers authorization, then we get the token. If the token is valid, if the token is not valid, this can be use case for when you are trying to sign up or sign in, right? So we automatically want to pass it to the next, whatever is the next call, which is sign up and sign in, even though we are not using this current user inside our sign up and sign in. So if you see, we are not really using it inside create user or sign in, whatever, right? We are only using it over here. But anyways, in some, you might have some use case where you require the current user, or you may not require the current user, but you don't want to guard that particular route. So that's why. So here you can see I have just created a return request dot current user, and I'm just getting this get request. Oh sorry, I was over here, right? Sorry. So intercept, then if the token is valid, if the token is not valid, just move to whatever is the next operation. That's what we are doing over here. If token is valid, then we are replacing the bearer with empty string, and then we get the id, because we are using whoami method from our auth service, and from that id we get the actual user, like the email and the password, or email and id, whatever it is. Okay, and then we are assigning to request dot current user. Then you will have to create a decorator class as well. So if you see current dash user dot decorator dot ts, and here I have created this create param decorator, and whatever you have assigned to the request dot current user over here, we get it inside our current user decorator. So we have created this current user interceptor, current user decorator as well. So this is little bit incorrect. Okay, current user decorator. Then you will have to go to user controller dot ts, and yeah, I have already shown you, right, how am I using this. So for getting the current user, you can use like this. You can also if you just want the current user, and if you want to guard it, you will have to use this auth guard, and for that I have created a folder called guards inside the src folder. And if you see the auth guard.ts, it is very similar to this interceptor. So basically we take the user service and auth service, and here we just again switch to the http, get the token, but if the token is not valid, we are not moving ahead. Okay, so you don't see this handler.handle. We require the token, that's why it is marked as guard. And once we get the token, we replace the bearer with empty string. Then we get the id by calling auth service.whoami. Then we call the user service.find1, get the id, and just assign it to request.current user and return the request.current user. Okay, all right, next. So inside your user module.ts, here you can see I am using this current user interceptor, app interceptor, because I need this, right? I need to use this current user. Where did it go? I need to use this @current user. So suppose if I don't if I remove this, here you can use auth guard as well, but the reason I am not using auth guard, because then sign up and sign in will also require your token, which is not correct, right? So that's why I'm not using it. So if suppose I can do something like this, right, I will hopefully it reloads. Okay, it has reloaded, and if I try to access this API which requires the current user, here you can see I'm not getting the current user, because I'm not really using that current user interceptor. That's why to get the current user, you will have to use this. Suppose if you are using the auth guard directly, suppose I'm creating another API endpoint called reports, and all the APIs for API endpoints for reports require the user token, then you can easily replace this current user interceptor with auth guard. So suppose I can write something like this: user module, and I can write something like this: auth guard. Now all the APIs will require the token. So suppose if I go to this, I'll remove this, I'll go over here. Here you can see okay, okay, I think I need to look into it. Why I thought it should have given me forbidden resource. I mean, this will automatically give me forbidden resource because I have marked it as yeah. What if I remove this and then try to access it? Internal server error. Okay, but why I'm not getting an internal server error on this? I'm not really sure. Okay, yeah, and if I remove this authorization, okay, internal server error, this is correct as well, but I wonder why I'm not getting for this. Sorry, I don't know about this, but yeah, we'll see. I will try to figure out some solution why I'm not getting this. But anyways, like we will be using this auth guard in our next video as well on how to do this. So I'll just replace this now for current user interceptor. Like any which ways you want using auth guard for user controller, right? Because you have the sign up and sign in API. So yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching. Bye.